Hopping on here a few minutes after 7. It's been a little nutty of a day around here. I had an appointment this afternoon, and then I literally came home from that and had to go to another appointment, and I literally just got home about an hour ago and needed to have dinner and everything. So popping on a few minutes after 7. Just give me a minute here to check my device and make sure that I can see myself. If you are here, say hi. Today is, just trying to think here. Today is Wednesday, February 25th. Can you believe that? 3 more days and we're out of February and into March. Oh my gosh, Mother Nature here in Ontario. So I'm in Ontario, Canada, and it is not letting up with the snow. It snowed last night. It's snowing right now again, and I'm ready for warm weather. If you're here, say hi. Let me know if you're watching on the live or watching on the replay. Shout out to my replay warriors. I know this time of year, this time of night is a busy time in different time zones, but I truly do appreciate you being here. So my name is Anne Granger, and as I said, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I do live in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to be with you. All right, I've seen myself. Fingers crossed we have no technical difficulties tonight. I spent 2 hours on Monday on the phone trying to figure things out, and they weren't very much helpful. So each week I pick a product of the week and I come live to you on Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday nights I show you a scrapbook page, and then Wednesday nights I show you a card class to go. If you're here in Canada and you were to place an order during the week from Monday to Sunday of my product of the week, I would send you a card kit in the mail as my way of saying thank you. Your order has to be over $50 before shipping in taxes in my online store. And the best thing is, I've heard a lot of people say they love it because sometimes people struggle with creating a card, or they struggle with layouts or color combinations. This is a great way to learn. And it's a great way just to have a kit ready to go. All you have to do is sit down and stamp. And I don't know about you, but everyone in the world right now needs like a happy hobby that takes them away and lets them relax and do everything fun. So this week I am showing you the Painted Illusion 12 by 12 paper. This is our paper that was released at the beginning of February for the month, featuring it, which is part of our product of the month. So if you've been around with Stampin' Up, you will know that our product of the month came out in December. It replaced our old program of celebration, and each month they've released a new product. So far we've done this for 3 months. We've had 2 designer series papers and a stamp set. So I have decided that I'm going to dedicate one product of the week to be the product of the month, to show you how amazing it is. So this month it is Painted Illusion. As far as I know, as of yesterday, it was still available, and it's while supplies last. So it could last the whole month, it could carry over, or it could sell out in 5 days. We just never know. So I'm tonight going to show you 4 cards using this. So usually when I pick a product of the month, I usually pick designer series paper, and I always try to pick like a stamp set to go with it. With this paper, you get 12 sheets, but you get 3 sheets of 4 designs. So you'll get 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these. When I sat down to create my projects on the weekend, it's a very whimsical pattern, and it reminded me of the ocean. And it truly is beautiful colors. So I'm going to show you some different cards tonight. When I sat down to create my cards, I focused on birthday cards because I thought everyone could use birthday cards. And usually this is a time of year where we stock up for birthday cards that will last us for the rest of the year. So I decided to pair it with this stamp set called Simply Said. This is a stamp set that you will find in our annual catalog or online. It's a great one because it has all those greetings that you need to make everyday occasional cards. You've got 3 different birthday greetings. You got a thank you, a miss you, 2 thank yous, a hello, and just a note and a thinking of you. So it's a really great set. Sorry, I hope I'm not going to start coughing. Oh, I cannot get rid of this cough. All right, Simply Said is what we're going to go with. So tonight we're going to create 4 cards. And as I said to you, some of them are very easy. And I kept them easy because I wanted to showcase this fabulous paper. Hold on, I'm going to go grab a drink because otherwise I'm going to be coughing all night. Sorry, I was back at the doctor's for a recheck today. I just cannot get rid of this cough. All right, so my first card we're going to create is a card sketch that I saw online. And if you know me, you know that I'm a huge fan of card sketches. I really liked this pattern, and it's got the Misty Moonlight, so I went with Misty Moonlight. Our base is basic white cardstock. So let me get out our bone folder here and crease that. I need to, over the weekend, clean it off with one of my team members, and gave us a great tip of using alcohol, like rubbing alcohol to clear that off. All right, I have a piece of designer series paper, and then I have a piece of cardstock. And you could do 2 pattern papers. You could have done this cardstock, that pattern paper. I kind of like to showcase the bigger cardstock. Then I have a piece of Misty Moonlight in white for our basic. And let me grab Misty Moonlight ink pad. All right, so let's go ahead and hear this down. Oh my gosh, I cannot. You know, why is it when you always get on a video is when you start to cough? Sorry, guys. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. I really want the weather to warm up because I'm tired of not feeling well. That's what happens when you work in a school system. They just come in sick all the time. Okay, so let's grab the stamp set. So this is our this is a photo Palmer stamp set. This is our old style cases, which now Stampin' Up has changed, so they're all in the new format. I might have to go get a haul or something. Oh my goodness. As I said, it's so crazy. Okay, so we are going to stamp on this white here. We're going to use Misty Moonlight. I'm excited. We're just going to tap around. And we're just going to stamp it in the middle. Okay. Oh, you're going to hear my puppy because my daughter just came home. Okay, so let's close that up. I'm just going to put that in my basket. Let's go ahead and adhere that down. Just like that, and then we're going to pop that up. I am showing you some new adhesives tonight. Not adhesives, sorry. New embellishments that are part of our March online exclusives. As a demonstrator, we were able to pre-order from that online exclusives almost a month in advance. So those online exclusives will be available for customers starting next week. And this is called the Natural Matted Dots. These dots are beautiful, and they are part of the suite called Delicate Dreams. So you have white, I think this is Secret Sea, Mossy Mellow, and Crumb Cake. So let me just pick up the white. You see I've already been using them. I'm going to have to get another couple packs. I like them. I like when there's colors that are like everyday core colors that you will use all the time. I really like that. So there is our first card, quick and easy. You can easily switch this up to be like a, you know, you're like, oh, I like that. I like that layout. You could easily switch it out to be a Christmas card, a thank you card, however you want. So this is a nice one. So there's our first one. Let's bring in the second one. The second one, similar thing. I kind of went like whimsical, and I thought this could be like a fun card for like a child or someone. Maybe you just want to send a note to somebody and let them know that you could easily make this a birthday card. I decided to make it just like a note. I send thank you cards to customers, so I thought maybe this would be a fun one to show. So our colors are Granny Apple Green and Flirty Flamingo, and I always pick my colors right from the pattern paper. So when I'm creating, I will pick my stamp set or my bundle, then I'll pick my pattern paper, and then I pull my core colors from the pattern paper. So here is one of those patterns. Isn't that beautiful? And then you have that on the other side. So that was the card we just did. So now we're going to use this. And one of the colors in this was actually Flirty Flamingo. So Granny Apple and Flirty Flamingo, which are fun colors. And we're just gonna go ahead and put that down there. Oh, I think I'm out of adhesive, so let's just change this. I have a new one, I have to order some more. Okay. So as I said, March online exclusives will be happening next week. If you have any bonus day coupons, maybe you have some and you haven't used them, you have till the 28th to use them or you'll lose them. And then we also have that amazing join offer, which Stampin' Up has 365 days as the starter kit is the best. But right now with an added bonus of the paper piercer. All right, so I have that and I have this little piece right here. Now where did my, oh, I'm gonna start coughing here again. Oh, sorry. Oh. Can you grab me like one of those hollow candies? All right, so there, and I need to grab. Oh, my daughter is grabbing me a Hall's candy here. Sorry, guys. Just get that tickle in my throat, and I cannot get rid of it. Okay. All right. So I have our mini cut and boss here, aka I call it the baby boss because it does all the baby jobs. Oh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. All right, turn it this way. There. We are using, if you follow me, you know that I love to use the Spotlight on Nature dies. I'm a huge fan of anything stitched. And I absolutely love the Spotlight on Nature. We are going to use this one right here. Let me make sure that is the right size. Yeah, so they are 12 dies. They interlayer with each other, which is really nice. And these are a carryover from last year's catalog, so you will find them in our online store. Just go onto your online store and search shop now, and then once you're in the online store, just search Spotlight on Nature and they'll come right up. Even if you said nature, they would probably pop up if you couldn't remember the beginning. All right, let's roll this through. All right, let's pop this out here. Oh, just kind of pull that out there like that. We are going to use the stamp set Just a Note. Maybe I'll make this one a birthday. Let's make this one a birthday. And we're going to use Pretty Peacock. So Pretty Peacock was actually one of the colors in the paper. I think I need to ink my re-ink my ink pad. All right, so birthday wishes. Isn't that a fun stamp wish? Okay, so we're going to close that up. So now I have one that's just like a thank you, but one that's also a nice little birthday card. This would be fun to give to like a little girl, you know, who loves maybe unicorns or mermaids. Gosh. All right, so there's that. Let's bring in those dots again. And this time, I'm only going to put 2 dots here on the end. As I said, I was searching Pinterest for some inspiration this week, and I came across this sketch, and I thought, oh, that's a fun one. All right, let me just put this up here. Sometimes, you know, you can make cards that are quick and easy, and sometimes you can make cards that take a lot. And tonight's cards are quick and easy. All right, so there's our second card featuring the Painted Illusion stamps. The Painted Illusion Designer Series paper. What do you think? Isn't that fun? I just love the pattern. It's so fun. All right. Our next card is actually a card that I cased from a card that I created like a week ago. If you follow me, a couple weeks I did the Prayers and Promise stamp set and paired it with the True Blue Designer Series paper. And that paper was actually part of the December product of the month, and I still believe it's available. So here is the card that we're going to make tonight. I love the layout, and I thought, why not case it again using this card? So we are using Lost Lagoon. I love Lost Lagoon. It's a nice color. And then we're using Pretty Peacock. So we're just going to, we have a Pretty Peacock piece. We have the Painted Illusion Designer Series paper. And then we have this piece here. And then we're going to do the ovals. So let's, I'm going to set this aside because we don't need that right now. And I'm going to set these two aside. We're going to do this. Now, when you place an online or place an order with me during the week, you will get a PDF with all these measurements on how to create these cards. And if you're here in Canada and you were to place a $50 order or more, it has to be $50 before shipping and taxes and everything taken off, I would send you the card kit for these 4 cards. The only thing I can't do is I can't stamp images. It's per Stampin' Up policy. But I would send you the cardstock, I would send you the paper, I'd send you the twine, I'd send you the embellishments, and literally you would just need to stamp. So you can either use a stamp that you have on that you can use, or if you're like, hey, I really like that Simply Said, you could order that, right? If you're an international friend, note that this PDF will be available up on my blog probably within a week. Once it's like we have it created, I'll put it up on the blog and it will be there for you. If you're on my blog, it has I think it says local classes or PDFs. There's like a drop down menu. It's at the top with a navigation drop down menu, and there is where you find all kinds of PDFs. I think I have over like 45 or more. All right, so we have that piece. So let's go ahead and put this piece down. Now, I actually thought this was like linen thread, but I actually think this might be the crumb cake because it looks like a different color. So we're going to use this color because that's what I used, and I actually don't have any white. I need to order some more white twine. We're going to wrap this around, and then we're just going to secure it at the back and trim it. Our twine comes in an essential pack, and you get like 4 different colors. I know there's white, I know there's black, I know there's like a vanilla, and it could be like a tan color. Sorry. Oh, sorry guys, just can't. Okay, shake this. And like I said, I was totally fine until I come on for my video and then I start coughing. All right, so we're gonna pop this layer up. I really like this layer, and I really like this sketch, and I think it'll be fun to create a Christmas card with it. I would love to know, what kind of cards do you create the most? Do you create birthday cards? Do you create Christmas cards, like all occasional cards? Like, do you mail them? Who do you give them to? I would love to know. All right, we're gonna use the modern oval punch. And I'm just gonna get a scrap piece of paper. I have a little basket in my drawer here that has scraps. So we're going to, so the modern oval punch, and we're just gonna punch it out here. Now, when I punch, I prefer to punch where I can see it. Because if I was to punch like this, I might be like off like this and I wouldn't see it. So I tend to line my punch up, have it facing me, and then I just push, and then I have that piece. So that is the modern oval punch. It's a great one because it creates like fun. Like you could put it like this way, you could put it that way. We're going to use that birthday wishes again. As I said, I really wanted to create some birthday cards this time around. I was watching a video yesterday, and it was the home office sharing some information. And they said that most people tap in the middle. And I was like, really? And I actually do that. I tap in the middle more than I do like on the outside. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So they're like, when you re-ink your ink pads, you should ink more in the middle, because each time you stamp, it will displace the ink all the way around. I thought, oh, that's a really great tip. I thought that was a great one. All right, so let's pop that up. So now I'm sharing that with you. But yes, I would love to know what do you, I think I need more. What do you create more of? I was actually a scrapbooker. That's how I was introduced to Stampin' Up, and then I got into card making. And I do love both. for different reasons. Like card making it can be quick and easy. And then scrapbooking is like you're preserving the memories, right? All right, where did that twine go? Oh, where did I put it? Oh my gosh, I literally just had it. Do you guys see it on my table anywhere? Oh my gosh, what did I do with it? Did it fall on the ground? Okay, well, I don't know what I did with that. That is so weird. Did my puppy take it? Ha! Okay, give me a minute here. My desk isn't even, oh, there it is. It's in my basket. I was like, my desk isn't even messy. Like, why can't I find it? Okay, my twine is like a hot mess right now. Look at this. Okay, here's an end. So let's just wrap this back up. I am going to make a bow with this. Do you ever find that where you're using something and then you start to do something else and you turn around and I'm not a craft, sorry. There's people, you could either have a messy desk or a tidy as you go desk or something. I am not a messy desk. I have to have my desk clean and organized as I go. And that just was like, where did it go? But I literally have a basket sitting beside me and I must have put it in the basket, which didn't know I did that. All right, so let's go grab our glue dots. I'm gonna take that bow we just made from our twine and we're going to put it on the little dot and then pull it up. I wish our twine came in all of our colors. How fun would that be? Oh my gosh, I would love that. I think it would be, I tend to use twine more than ribbon. I find it much easier to work with, but imagine if they were in all the colors. Oh, that would be so beautiful. All right, let's pull those dots in. As I said, these are new dots that will be released in March, on March 3rd. Part of the Delicate Designs. That is a really pretty set. I ordered the DSP for a prize for my team, and the colors in it are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get it. All right, there is our third card for the evening, showcasing the Painted Illusion Designer Series paper, and that is that one. Isn't that a fun sketch? I love it. I will definitely keep this one and be using it more and more. All right, so our last card, I was inspired by a sketch that I saw on Pinterest. I was literally just looking for some inspiration and I came across one and I was like, oh, I really like that. So last week we showcased the Nature Symphony set, and I had said bundle, and I had said to you that I was when I look for ideas, so when I was creating sympathy cards, I will type in sympathy cards on Pinterest and then you'll get all kinds of ideas. And a lot of times I saw was people had a lot of greenery in their background. And I did not, and a lot of them were die cut greeneries. And I was like, I don't have anything that has die cut greeneries. I looked and looked, so that's when I decided to get the Nature Symphony set last week bundle because it had a really nice greenery set in it. So tonight's card, we're going to use that. So let me show you the card that we were making. Actually, this was a case from Lynn Dunn. I really like her style. She has some fun ideas, and I thought what a neat idea this was to create this card. I think this would be a fun Christmas card too. You could change this to a thank you card. This could be a beautiful sympathy card. There's lots that you could do with it. So if you didn't want to use it as a birthday card, you could think outside the box and use it different. We're using basic white. I have 4 pieces of that pattern paper. So I actually have 3 pieces. 3 pieces of the pattern paper. And then I have a piece of Granny Apple Green. And I just picked Granny Apple Green because that's the colors in there. I've already die cut out a die for us. And that is from the Stylish Shape. So if you know me and follow me, you know that I'm a huge fan of the Stylish Shape. I love anything that has that stitched look. I just think it makes it just adds that extra little detail. These are my favorite. They're probably my top 5 dies that I use all the time. And you will find those in the annual catalog and in our online store. And then I wanted to create that little bit of greenery in the background, so I chose to do it in white. And this die comes from last week's Nature Symphony dies, and you can see that right there. So this is our new die packaging, and I'll pull those dies out just so you can see. So I literally took this die and ran it through the die cutter, like our Stampin' Cut, and then I got this. So I just did that to save us some time. Just because we all, yeah, so that is that, which is a beautiful. If you wanted to see some inspiration on that, you could check out the videos that I have under, like, on my YouTube channel. You can go to my blogs, I showed some there, but you could also just search this in Pinterest and you will get tons and tons of ideas. All right, so you know I always say to you, lay your things down first, because you would hate to start gluing and guess what? It doesn't fit. That would not be fun. You literally would have to start all over. So let's just put this down here like this. We have that Granny Apple, which is a nice color. It really goes well with this. And then we have this piece. This paper here, the back side reminds me of like mermaid scales. That's what gave me the inspiration. And then we have this piece. Now, as you can see on this piece, this is the same pattern, like paper. Just here I had more of the Lost Lagoon. Here I have more of the Granny Apple, and then that's Petal Pink in there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this down. We're actually gonna use some glue, so I'm just gonna bring in that liquid glue. And I'm just literally gonna do some little dots. Okay, and then we're going to flip that over and we're going to put that down just like that. Okay, we're going to give that a little minute to sit. We're going to bring back in that pretty peacock. So sometimes when I create my cards, I like to use just like to show you how everything really works together. And then there will be times where I'll use multiple inks, but tonight I was like, pretty peacock really makes the ink stand out, especially with this paper. So that's what we're doing. So I'm just stamping. We're going to stamp our birthday wishes. So straight up, straight down, and then you have that. Just going to give it a good clean here for a minute. Okay, I'm going to put that away so I don't stick my fingers in it, because I have done that before. All right, let's bring in those dimensionals. And we're going to pop this up. All right. Put that right there. And we're going to bring back in those natural matted dots. And we're going to pull from the white. And we'll pull one here. And I'm going to go right there. Okay, we're going to put this away. And there you go. There is our fourth card tonight, featuring the Painted Illusion Designer Series paper. When I was looking for inspiration, sometimes like I'll search by the actual product I am using, and there wasn't a lot out for the Painted Illusion, as in card-wise. So I really had to step outside the box, which I love to do. You know me, I love to do sketches. So a lot of the cards tonight were from sketches that I found online. So let's bring those cards back in and do a quick recap. So there's card number 4, card number 3, card number 2, and then card number 1. I'll put this one up top because we did it at birthday. So we did all birthday cards tonight. I would love to know, I always ask my customers when we do classes, which was your favorite project? I would love to know which card is your favorite tonight. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So how this is going to work, this video will take about 24 hours to process. Once it's done processing, I will put this video and a collage of these cards on my blog with all the details of how you can get the card pack for free with an online order, or you can email me your order. Most people do online. And then I will, once Sunday closes, I will prep your kit and put it in the mail. And then I will send you the PDF with a link to this video so you can re-watch the video as you put your cards together. It's like you and I are crafting in my craft room, or you're here for a class, which is always fun. Crafting with people, we are better together, and crafting with people really truly is the best thing for your soul. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank goodness we didn't have any glitches tonight. I think we might hopefully figure out the problem. I will be back next week, and I'm going to be showing you something new from the March online exclusives, which I'm super, super excited about. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day or evening. And I will be back next week on Monday and Wednesday. So have a great rest of your week and a great weekend. And we'll see you guys next week. Happy crafting. Bye, everyone.